My name is Secules, and I have had diabetes since I was 14 months old.
Will was 14 months old, and he had been sick in a way that we really didn't know what it was. We decided that I would stay home and he would take Will to the urgent care. And so what happened was not even an hour later, Mike calls me in tears saying, I've got good news and bad news, and we're really sure that the doctor at the urgent care is really sure that he has diabetes. Then we went through, probably 3 days in the hospital of, he was in intensive care for 24, 36 hours. They told us there's no permanent damage, and they got insulin into him, brought his blood sugar down, and then we had to learn how to take care of him. I remember we learned how to give shots into an orange. Yeah. So we just had a real quick lesson in diabetes because we didn't know anything about it. And we were told, even though he has diabetes, don't shy away from foods, nutritious foods with sugar in it. Because that was our first thought, don't add sugar. And then just give him the insulin he needs. So we were very conscious of serving meals that were very nutritious. I think we would have done it anyway.
Every 3 days, I'll change my site, which is a little thing in my upper thigh right here, which we put a needle in my upper thigh, and that's where I get the insulin from. I'll put it, if I have a high blood sugar, I'll put the blood sugar in my pump, and then it'll do all the math for me, calculate how much insulin I need, and then it'll ship it through a tube into my upper thigh, and that's where I get my insulin. So every 3 months, I go to Joslin Diabetes Center to check how I am, see how I've been taking care of my diabetes. It's basically like a normal checkup for anybody going to the doctor's office, but then they'll check my A1C, which is see how well I'm taking care of my blood sugars. They'll change up my insulin rate, if I eat 10 carbs of food, then I'll give myself 20 units of insulin, or they'll change that to 15 units of insulin, see how well I'm taking care of it. I'm still able to do everything that other people are able to do. It doesn't really, there's a few aspects of it, like testing my blood sugar, that are a little bit annoying, but overall, I can basically do the same things you guys can do. When I'm exercising, you don't really know where your blood sugar will go. If I have a high blood sugar and I start exercising, it'll stay high, and so I'll have to take a break. I actually had a rec basketball game, I had to take a period off, which I was supposed to play in because I wasn't feeling well because of my diabetes. Sometimes I'm in the middle of class, taking a math test, and I'll have to leave because I'm feeling low, or a high blood sugar, low blood sugar, but it doesn't really affect it much. Alright, so now I'm on my way to the nurse's office to test my blood sugar. It's a quick, easy thing. All I have to do is just a quick little needle to the finger, see what my blood sugar is. If it's 90s, 100, that's good. Anything higher than that's bad, anything lower than that's bad. And let's go see what it is. Hi, Mrs. Welling.
Hi.
My blood sugar was 245.
Okay, so you give yourself insulin.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in. Alright, 245. Correction is 2.7. Active insulin is nothing. So I'm gonna do 2.4. Take a little bit off.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, the pump, I've had it for so long, it feels like it's not even there. I don't mind it much. I can still dress normally and not even know it's there. I don't even feel it, my little pump.
And what happens with people who have diabetes when they have stomach issues, they they can't keep sugar in their system as easily as the rest of us, and so you have to keep giving them insulin. Trust me to say that, you know, it's very hard to keep the blood sugar at a good level when you're throwing up. He was having a really hard time with his blood sugar. It was too low, and we were pouring syrup into his mouth, just trying to get his blood sugar to come up.
I mean, I remember like her coming home saying like, I have diabetes like you will, which I mean, kind of sucks.
They treat me a bit differently. They're always asking me if I'm okay. You look a little bit pale. Very questioning about my diabetes.
My friends really don't treat me differently. It's basically the same as you would treat your friends, even though I do get made fun of sometimes for it. But it's all joking fashion, and I don't really care. At some points it's funny. Sam and I, as brother and sister, we used to not get along at all, but whenever it comes down to diabetes, if one of us isn't feeling well, then we'll always take care of each other.
So last year, I think he just wasn't giving himself enough insulin for what he was eating, and his blood sugar just got too ridiculously high, and we couldn't get it down, so we had to hospitalize him.
It slows you down, that you can't do whatever thing, or do the things that other people do. You just have to, there might be a couple extra steps, you know, with the blood sugar testing and everything else, but yeah, you can lead, well, nowadays you can lead a normal life. You just have to be extra careful.
Yeah, there's an assumption that he can't have sugar, which is, you know, granted, just like any kid growing up shouldn't have a ton of sugar, but he can have sugar as long as it's,
sugars, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, you know, as long as it's in moderation, and, you know, we give insulin accordingly.
Right.
So, with that, and, yeah.
Right. Everything in moderation, and that's what everyone should be doing anyway. So.
Right. It was never a secret. I don't know if we intrinsically did this or we talked about it, but it was very important to us to treat Will like any other kid and not make him think he's got a special need or disabled or any of those words. He has a chronic disease that we just have to take care of.
Thanks to technology, I'm able to do basically everything everybody's able to do. I'm a little bit nervous about the future, like going off to college and not depending on my parents for like insulin and all changing my site and all the supplies I need, being on my own, having to take care of it like all by myself. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I think I can tackle that situation. I think I'll be alright.